According to Matthew's resurrection account, the first disciples of Jesus to come to the tomb where Jesus had been buried were Mary Magdalene and another Mary, whom Matthew calls the other Mary, and whom Luke identifies as Mary, the mother of James. When Mary Magdalene and the other Mary are near the tomb, Matthew records, "Behold, there was a great earthquake, for an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone and sat upon it." This detail means that in rising from the dead, Jesus' risen body passed unhindered through the stone tomb without affecting the stone, in a similar way that Jesus was born of Mary's virginal womb. Interestingly, Matthew records that the tomb Jesus was buried in had never been used and was a new tomb, a virginal tomb. Luke adds the detail that when Mary Magdalene, the other Mary, and other women who had come from Galilee with Jesus were before the tomb, they went into the tomb and did not find the body of the Lord Jesus. After entering the tomb and finding it empty, two angels appeared to the women and announced that Jesus had risen from the dead and that they are to tell the 11 apostles and the other disciples that Jesus has truly risen from the dead. John, in his gospel, emphasizes that among the women the two angels appeared to, Mary Magdalene was singled out with a special role. For after she exited the tomb, she stayed behind weeping. Then the risen Lord Jesus appeared to Mary Magdalene. At first, Mary Magdalene thought Jesus was a gardener, but upon realizing that the person is Jesus, she wanted to cling to him, to hold on to him, causing Jesus to say, "Do not hold me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father, but go to my brethren and say to them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." As St. Thomas Aquinas states, citing tradition, in obeying Jesus' words, Mary Magdalene became the apostle to the apostles. Jesus' decision to appear first to Mary Magdalene, from whom 7 demons had been cast out, is intended to shock us, since God's ways are not our ways. No matter a person's past, even if this entails becoming filled with demons, every person can change and gradually with God's grace be transformed into ever clearer images and likenesses of God. Reflecting why Jesus told Mary not to cling to him, Benedict XVI writes, "There is no longer any private, merely human friendship with Jesus, any friendship limited to one's narrow circle. Now that he has passed through death, he belongs to all men. We can touch him, we can touch Jesus only by entering upon his way, only by ascending with him, and in union with the Father and the Son belonging to all. The attempt to hold on to him is replaced by a mission, go to my brethren." Similarly, our Holy Father, Pope Francis, writes, but in a more practical manner, at particular times, we have to help the grieving person to realize that, after the loss of a loved one, we still have a mission to carry out, and that it does no good to prolong the suffering as if it were a form of tribute. This does not mean imagining our loved ones as they were, but being able to accept them changed as they now are. The risen Jesus, when his friend Mary tried to embrace him, told her not to hold on to him, in order to lead her to a different kind of encounter. During this Easter season, may we cling to Jesus as he is in his transformed, resurrected state, who now belongs to all men and women, and whom we can only have a relationship with to the extent that we foster truly loving relationships with others. May God bless you all. Easter blessings.